Hello and welcome. I'm Jenny Hall. Thanks for joining me for another tutorial. Today I'm creating a scrapbook page with one of my favorite pictures of my youngest son, Nathaniel. I'm going to use the stamp set for a few of the focal points, and this stamp set is called A Good Day. I really like the very small images that are in the stamp set, and I like the way that I can feature them as accents on a larger project. I'm stamping onto watercolor paper so that I can activate the stamped lines of dye ink and add some more colors, and then I have a watercolored different little piece of stamped art. I like the image of this bird, and I want to have him appear like a robin. So I have added some Cajun craze, which will translate out to a reddish brown, perfect for the robin's breast. I'm adding more of the brown that I stamped in, which is early espresso, and all it takes is a tiny, tiny bit of the color, and it will go a long way on the watercolor paper. Together with A Good Day stamp set, there is 2 new punches that Stampin' Up! Released in the Occasions catalog. These 2 scalloped punches are perfect. In fact, they are designed to work exactly with this stamp set. Another image from A Good Day is this little tree with a swing, and it reminds me of what the idea of childhood is. I was able to capture this photograph of my son looking out a window, and I was playing with the camera that I had just recently bought, which is a digital SLR camera, so that I can take photographs of my card projects. And I don't know how the light happened, but it did, and there was my son, and it was able to capture all of the contours of his beautiful little face. So I want to use this in the project today. Well, how do you work around things just because you have a photograph that you like? I decided to pair the photograph with the idea of childhood, not wanting to have it appear masculine or feminine. I brought in some masculine tones with the wood grain and the grays, and kept most of the color scheme very neutral. And I'm adding in some basic florals that complement the masculine tones but don't go over the top to the feminine side. It's a hard balance sometimes with designing, not to go too frilly or a little bit too stony for the guys. And I think that the wood look is a perfect bridge for making something in between those ideas. Notice the placement of the Stampin' Dimensionals, because I'm going to have this little layer raised up on top of one of the little cards that are another Celebration item. Unfortunately, Celebration is about to come to a close, so I'm using as many of those products in my projects as I can. The Sweet Soiree Memories More card pack are working perfectly for this scrapbook page. They work good for scrapbooks or for card making. They're so versatile, and they're free with a $50 purchase. In order to have this little card be able to pull in and out behind the photograph, that's why I placed the Stampin' Dimensionals only up at the edges on the top and the bottom. And that card, which is another one of those Memories and More Celebration cards, it will pull out and push in freely. The little embroidery hoops are made to also complement the Good Day stamp set, And these little embroidery hoops are perfect for a scrapbook page. Most of the scrapbook pages that I see are either framed and hung on a wall and swapped out here and there, or they're placed inside of a clear plastic holder or a sheath, and they're going to help to keep all of those elements that extend away from the base of the page. They're going to keep them safe and protect them. So when my son is able to go back in and play with these pages that I created when he was a child, then they will be interactive, and they will have loads of texture, and there will be lots of happy stuff going on for him. To make it easy to pull away this little journaling portion of the card, I placed a half semicircle behind the little Memories More card. And to give the white space some interest, I've taken one of the gray Stampin' Blends alcohol markers and placing the long brush end tip, which is the one that I'm coloring with now, I place it inside the cap and gently, very gently, I do a flicking motion, and that makes like the little splatter marks. Having the dies that work beautifully in a scrapbook page are a good thing. This is another Celebration product. I'm using tons of Celebration today, and I have colored them with a Stampin' Blends marker. You would maybe ask, why didn't I use cardstock? And it gives a different look whenever you color with alcohol marker onto cardstock. There is just something different about it that is very attractive to me, and I like to feature that look as much as I can. So there's lots of elements on this page, and I'm hoping that when my son grows older, he'll be able to come back to this page and see this beautiful photograph of himself and know that I think he's amazing, and have that affirmation to be able to look back on and see I am an amazing person. So it's a good thing on a good day. The stamp set's called A Good Day. If you have any questions about scrapbooking, feel free to leave me a question in the comments, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. All of the products are available today in my online store. I would encourage you to click the video description and be able to use the links for purchasing. Or you can go over to my blog at jennystampsup.com. There's always more information there, and you can also click Shop Now to make your Stampin' Up! Purchase. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll see you in the next video.
Thanks for watching the video. See you next time.